Alright, dropshipping gang, welcome to our challenge of day 7, where I'm taking an eBay store that's currently making $0 and scaling it all the way up to making $1,000 to $3,000 every single month. What we've done yesterday is we've gone ahead and doubled our listing, so we're sitting at around 1,029 active listings that are currently on our store. We managed to get one sale, or matter of fact, we managed to get 2 sales. However, one of them wanted to cancel it. So just a little information over there. What happens is, in some cases, okay, and eBay keeps changing this all the time, they will put in the order and immediately after they will try to cancel the order. But eBay, especially if you're distracted, eBay doesn't really signal that the item has been cancelled. Okay, so before they would only say that like it is being cancelled with a black writing, and then you wouldn't even notice that as you're shipping, especially if you have multiple accounts. I really hate this fact about eBay, because they should really make it apparent that this item is cancelled. They should just like not display, so the people that are distracted, the sellers that are distracted, I've seen many instances where people will go ahead and still ship it, right? So I want you to be very careful about this, because the buyers have caught up to this over the years, and they would actually use this to their advantage. They will go ahead and purchase something and then they will cancel it, and then they will do this across many of the items, and one of the sellers will be distracted, and best bet you believe they will ship it to them. So that's just how it works. So now what I'm going to do is, just to make sure, I will first go, when I'm opening an eBay store, when I'm opening orders page, I will make sure that when I cancel this, okay, I will copy this and I'll put that as a note. So as I'm going through, I can read that this item was canceled, so I don't make the mistake of reshipping this or shipping this item just because the seller has canceled it. Okay, again, the sellers will try to use this, and I've seen this in so many cases. So I wanted to give you guys a warning so you don't fall for the same trick. Now, moving on, we do have one sale that I'm going to go ahead and ship. Okay, again, I've already showed you guys how to ship. I'm going to go to my performance level. Let's check out our traffic and how our store has been performing. Now, as you can see, our impression is skyrocketing. It's at 103,373. And out of that, we're able to get around 901 listing views, and we have sold 4 quantity. Again, 3 items we're shipping, 1 item wants to be cancelled. Now, our click-through rate is going dramatically. Again, I wouldn't worry about this because we are at a lower listing at the moment. This is going to fluctuate, and then as I mentioned, once we get to like anywhere between like 5,000 on the lower side to 10,000, the click-through rate and your conversion rate is going to be a lot more stable than what it is right now. Let's go to our listing view page, and as you're seeing, right, we're getting pushed out, and look at our external traffic is just getting skyrocketed. eBay love to test brand new accounts. That's just known fact. Okay, so let's go to our quantity sold. As you can see, today we're able to sell 2 organically, okay, non-paying, so 4.1% to 5% that I mentioned in my previous video. When it says organic, that means that the buyers didn't go through that. The buyers didn't click on your listing and purchased it via that 4.1%. So what you will do is, even though you're advertising, okay, the advertising placement will be separately shuffling with the organic, meaning the non-advertising. So some of the time the advertising will be shown, which is majority of the time, and some of the time the organic, which is where you're organically ranked in the algorithm, is going to be shown. So depending on whatever the buyer sees and clicks on it, that's how the distribution between the organic and the promoted listing will be. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. If the eBay is currently advertising your product, and then the buyer clicks on it, and then they make a purchase, that's called advertising. Okay, and if your item is organically ranked, no promotion applied within that time that your buyer is searching for your item and found your item, clicked on your item, purchased the item, that's called organic, basically aka non-advertised click. Okay, now eBay has changed their advertising rules a little bit, especially in the last days, to get more money out of the buyers. The way that it works is, if a buyer comes onto eBay and sees your item while it's being advertised and clicks on your item and then doesn't interact, and then closes off the tab and doesn't interact with eBay at all in the last 30 days, but on the 29th day comes back and clicks on your listing and decides to buy it, they're going to charge you for a promoted listing. They're going to charge you for an advertising. Okay, so this is not pay-per-click, okay, which is a different beast of an advertising. This is for promoted general listing. Okay, So keep this fact about the advertising and then run your advertising very, very efficiently, very smartly, okay? You need to make sure that you're protecting your money. You need to make sure that your store is always, always profitable, okay? Go back and then check the transaction fees. Go back and check how your store is performing. Look at the promoted sales, the advertising fees, and everything, okay? Take everything into account. Cool. That's it for today's video. Tomorrow, as always, we're going to try to go ahead and then list as much as we want, okay? And then I'm going to increase my markup percentage from 40% to 45%, followed by 50%, followed by 55%, 60, and you get the gist. The more listings that I list, the more I want to put up my markup percentage, because sales bring sales. When we're doing 40% markup, those sales are going to come in. When we're doing 60, when we're topping it up with 60, 70, 80%, that's when we're going to get the snowball effect. That's when we're going to get the sales that are coming in a lot more than you would have had if you just started off with 70%, 80%, okay? You got to get the traffic and then you got to utilize that traffic. I hope that makes sense. In the upcoming videos, I will obviously be breaking these down one by one, so you don't need to worry about it. Just keep tuned, follow the videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.